Good afternoon, you beautiful steppers. How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling? How you doing? Check this out. Today we're going to discuss how to find and align yourself with your purpose. So we're not going to just say, find your purpose. That's how you escape the 9-to-5 rat race. Nah, we're going to actually figure out how to find and align yourself with this purpose today. Now, if you'd like to see the first installment of how to escape the 9-to-5 rat race, click that link in the description or the link up there, but actually just stay here and then watch that video after, all right? Now, check this out. The first, when it comes to finding your purpose in life, I want you to do me a favor. Close your eyes. Take yourself back to when you were about 6 or 7 years old, right? I would say 6 or 7. And just think about, what did you used to do at 6, 7 years old, right? Most of us, our only job as a human at 6, 7 years old was really just to have fun and listen to our parents, right? Now, I got some good news for you. At this present day, no matter how old you are, your only job as a human is to enjoy life. Now you don't have to listen to nobody, right? You just can enjoy life. And now I want you to think about, what did you used to do to enjoy life back when you were young, right? When you didn't have to think about how to make a living, how to find purpose in the world, how to provide value to the world, none of that. What did you used to do for fun, right? What did you used to look at and be like, man, if I was doing that, I would have fun, right? Not only saying it, but you actually started doing it. You did it and you had fun. Now, that is what helped me find how to attain financial independence at 20 years old. I was young and I would look out the window and I'd be like, I'll buy that property. I'll buy that property, I'll buy that property. And it was kind of in one ear, out the other, whatever. But at the same time, for myself, anybody that I told, I really meant it, right? So even back in high school, we used to have classes about, what did we used to do? One of my biggest things was that I would have different locations. So I would have different buildings that I own and they would all be used for different purposes, right? So I had a name for it and everything, but it always about me owning property. Now, here we are some years later. Another thing that I used to love to do is play in the woods. So now I'm filming videos in the woods, and also I am, buying property all over the United States, all over the nation. Now, that being said, guys, this came to me by way of me recognizing on the first episode, I recognized the trap. I recognized that the 9-to-5 life was not for me. I recognized that even if I went back to school after dropping out of college, even if I went back to school, go to the University of Cincinnati, only thing I had waiting for me was a better paying 9-to-5 job, and that didn't sit right for me. It did not align with my purpose. I didn't like it, right? Now, that being said, I became aware of my purpose. So you yourself, do me a favor. And again, think about what did you used to enjoy, what you used to do. That is going to be your purpose in life. Now, check this out, guys. I want you to just, recognize. I don't want you to be like, steps to success. He told me that I used to play hopscotch, so now I can make a living playing hopscotch. Nah, it ain't that, right? It ain't that. It's not that. It's not a matter of you used to just play games and, just go play games all day and quit your job the way you provide a living. Nah, check this out. Again, I'm not going to just say do something. I'm going to actually break down how to do it, right? So when I first figured out about wholesale real estate, it wasn't a matter of me quitting my job and then just going full-time in wholesale real estate. No, didn't work like that at all, right? What happened for me is it took 9 months for me to get my first wholesale deal while I was simultaneously working. I'm explaining this to you because you have to do the same thing. Once you find and locate yourself, your purpose, you have to be willing to persist, right? And that's why it's important to go back to your inclinations as a young child, what you used to do for fun as a young child. The reason those inclinations are so important is because when it's time to persist, right? Once the beginning stages wear off, when it's not fun anymore, right? The first, when you think about getting your first wholesale deal, or you're thinking about closing your first deal, buying your first property, maybe starting your first business, and that beginning phase, the first 2 weeks, maybe the first 2 months, it's the funnest thing ever. It's because it's new. It's because it's new. It's the honeymoon phase, right? That being said, guys, once the honeymoon phase wears off, where's your heart at? Is your heart really in it? If your heart's not in it, you're going to quit. You're going to stop. It's just simple, guys. You're going to quit because now you're like, can I really do this my whole life? I can't even do it for the first 2 months. That's how some people think. You have to be willing to persist through that time, and what's going to help you is finding and defining your purpose, right? So you found your purpose. Now you have to align yourself with that purpose, right? Once you find it, you align yourself. Think about that. Once you find it, you align yourself. It's not saying find it and just go do it. You have to align yourself. There's a buffering of time. There's a period of time that you have to be willing to persist through to be able to align yourself with the purpose, right? You don't just see it and say, I'm doing, do it. You can go do it, but now you have to allow yourself to work through it. Much like the YouTube channel, much like the brand Steps to Success, right? When it comes to this aspect of things, this whole thing started because what I did 9 months of wholesaling real estate while working a full-time job, that was a persistent process that I had to go through in order to be able to align myself with my purpose, which for myself is to provide generational wealth for the families to come. And also I have bigger aspirations when it comes to owning real estate all over the United States, right? Commercial real estate. This being said, think about that for yourself. What are your aspirations? Break it down step by step. Find joy in the process. Find joy in the realization of it, for one, once you realize it. And then for two, find joy on the incremental process, the step-by-step process that it takes to be able to be aligned with that purpose, guys. And that is so huge, right? Another reason why this is so huge, right? Once you find it aligned, you defined it, right? Once you found it, you had to define what it meant to you, right? It doesn't mean the same thing to everybody. Some people, when they think, you know, even looking at me right now, you're like, he just owns property all over the United States. Cool. Why? I know what it means to me. You don't know what it means. And that's what you have to realize. Other people will not know what your purpose means to you. So do not go off of my idea of what my purpose is or someone else's idea of what your purpose is. You were born knowing, you literally were born knowing what you wanted out of this life. We all have something that we are able to bring to this world. You were born knowing that. And the earliest, the most pure aspect of it is when you were younger, 6, 7 years old, and you just used to play for fun. Whatever you used to do for fun. Another thing I used to do, I used to play Monopoly. I loved Monopoly when I was younger. Now, to some people, it may just be like, okay, that was a game. For myself, knowing how the universe works, there are no accidents. That was something that was instilled in me because, you know, what I grew to actually find purpose within and find value within. So you have to look at that within yourself. What games did you used to play? What did you used to talk about? What did you used to dream about, right? What did you used to actually do? What did you do? And don't think of it so literal, right? So if you used to play hopscotch for fun, don't think of it like I can't make money playing hopscotch. You have to be abstract, right? You have to be an abstract thinker. This is off the top right here, right? So say if you did play hopscotch for fun, to somebody else it might be hopscotch. To you, it might be an idea of finding a new way to bring the community together, right? Think about, why did you enjoy the hopscotch game? Was it because of the game itself, or was it because of the relationships that was around it? Was it because of the feeling, guys, the feeling that you had, the way it made you feel inside? So then take a step back and be like, okay, what else can I do to make me have this same feeling? Not the action. What else can I do? Be. What else can I be to do to have that same feeling? Be, do, have. It's a cycle of life, guys. That being said, check out the video in the description if you'd like to learn more about that be, do, have cycle. Stay here for now. But when you be, do, you can have, right? So don't think about the hopscotch game as that's just what it is. Think about that feeling that it made you feel, right? When I used to win in Monopoly, I felt so fulfilled, right? Now, when I close big deals, I be feeling so fulfilled. It's the same thing. I literally get excited, right? I get jumping up and down the same way I did with Monopoly. It's the same exact thing, guys. And when it comes to being out here in nature, I'm finding more inclination when it comes to nature. And as the journey progresses, you steppers will be able to understand what other inclinations that I've had throughout my life experience, and faithfully it'll help you throughout your life experience, guys. Big part of finding and aligning yourself with that purpose, steppers, is that when the money even coming in, right? Once the money keeps coming in, now it becomes like, why am I even doing it, right? Why am I doing it? Yeah, I'm earning money, but why am I doing it? There's several examples that you can look at of people who've earned, you know, ample amount of money, but they're not fulfilled inside. So you want to make sure that as the money begins rolling in, you're actually feeling fulfilled. And the way you do that is making sure you have that purpose, guys. That's why it's really so important when you think about it. And you really think about it, the money is a tool to bring your vision to life in this world, in this universe. It's a tool for you to be able to enjoy life, to be able to do certain experiences, not based on if you can afford the experience, but based on if you want that experience. It's a major difference when you approach your life like that. Major. This is the second installment of how to escape the 9-to-5 rat race, guys. Make sure you stick with it and keep enjoying the great escape. In other words, until next time, as always, get the stepping.